brother Ron Dalton, the great, on Maccabees TV. We got to get an interview a little later, Ron.
All right, cool.
All praises to the Most High, man. All praises, man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Elder Karab, all the way up front, man. All the way up front. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss a thing. I'm not mad at all. That's what it's due. All praise to the Most High for that. Get out the way.
Brother Ronald present this premiere, and so we just ask that you give the Most High a hand clap for our brother Ronald.
How many of those have seen the first movie, Hebrews Negroes? All right, we're working on Hebrews Negroes 3. We're working on the Prisons of Israel docu-series. We're working on Hebrew by Nature, which is like a biopic series on different people like myself and Michael Israel, Only Love, and different people that are doing big things in the Hebrew community, awakening our people. And then we're trying to do a documentary on the Great Awakening Hebrews Negroes Mega Conference. I don't know if people have seen it when it was streamed live stream, or some of those here may have been there actually personally. So that's going to be something we're trying to work on and have commentary from Pastor Howard, myself, others that were there, so people can see what went down with the Great Awakening Conference, like what happened behind the scenes, leading up to the event, during the event, and the impact it had after that 4-day event that we had in Detroit. We're going to do it again next year, and we're also going to do a Great Awakening Passover next year in Detroit. So everybody that wants to come will be able to experience more singing, more fellowship, more praise. They actually get to see a real biblical Seder meal. Because some people, they want to celebrate the Passover and really experience a real biblical Seder meal. And not just, chicken wings and meatballs and everything else. And you want to experience what it's really supposed to be like. Well, anyway, the impact of this movie has touched people in Africa. Since the first movie, I've got a lot of calls, a lot of emails, and WhatsApp from people in all types of countries. South Africa, Rwanda, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, Congo, Angola, Gabon, Benin, Togo, Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, even in Gambia, Senegal area, Guinea-Bissau, Burkina Faso, Ethiopia, so all over, even Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, it's the Caribbean, Brazil, because you got Afro-Latinos in Brazil that speak Portuguese, but they speak English too. They're waking up, they're understanding their true heritage and their connection to West Africa. Suriname, West French Guinea, all these different countries are waking up. But at the same time, you have the Jews that are paying attention.
Right.
And everybody can see the story. I was in Miami, and I was at the beach in Miami on Collins, and there was a Jewish guy sitting down there with the side curls, with the kippah, and I said, "Shalom." He said, "Shalom." He looked at me crazy. He's like, "What's up?" And I said, "Are you Jewish?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What tribe are you from?" And he just looked at me, he shook up. He just realized nobody really asked the Jews what tribe are they from. So when I asked him, he said, "Well, I don't know." And I said, "Well, if you don't know, I can say I'm from the tribe of Judah. I'm a Jew, and who's gonna prove who's who?" So he was like, "Well, we can say that we're from the tribe of Judah if we don't know." And I said, yeah, that's your default answer. It's always the default answer. If they don't know what tribe they're from, they're always going to say, Judah. And you say, prove it, they can't prove it. So anyway, I started telling him the history of the black Jews, the black Israelites, and how the original Israelites were black people of color. I started showing him pictures, and he said, "It seems like you got a lot of knowledge on this history about this stuff." And I said, "Yeah, I write books." And he said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I do movies too." And he said, "Oh, what movie did you do?" And I said, "Hebrews to Negroes, Waking Black America." And he said, "Oh, I heard of that movie."
I bet he did. That's right.
And if anybody knows Miami, Florida, they have a lot of Jewish people down in a certain area. Then I talked to a guy. This guy called me from Kumasi in Ghana. He was from the Ashanti royal family. And he told me, he said, "Ron," he said, I watched your Great Awakening when y'all live streamed it. And he said there were some Jewish people in Ghana. And he said the Jewish people always come to Ghana and they want to see the royal palace. And they ask the people, "Where's the chief? Where's the king? Where's the king?" And a lot of times they'll ask the Ashanti people, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? And he knows who he is, the guy I talked to. So he said, yeah, we're the real Jews. We're the real Jews. And so at the time, he showed his phone. He said, look at this. So he was showing them the actual red carpet of the first day of the movie premiere. And they were looking at it, and they were like, oh, okay, what's this? So then he said, oh, it's the movie premiere. So then he showed the Jewish guy in Ghana the trailer for the Hebrews Negroes movie. And then he was like, oh yeah, we've heard about that movie. And this is in Ghana. This is in Ghana. So the Jewish people in America, in Ghana, in Africa, and Israel, they know about the movie Hebrews Negroes. But not a lot of us in America know about the movie Hebrews Negroes. The Christians, there's still some Hebrew Israelites that still don't know about the movie Hebrews Negroes. And that has to change. We really have to support each other and operate as a family, because a lot of people are lost out here. They go to church every Sunday. They don't know how they tie themselves to the Bible. Even when you look at Latinos, look at Mexicans, there's a lot of Mexicans of course, in New York and in New Jersey. I ran into a Mexican and I started showing pictures of the ancient American Indians and the Aztecs and everything. And a lot of them have relatives that may still speak the indigenous language, not Spanish, the indigenous language. And they say, well, we come from like the Aztecs. We still speak some of the Aztec dialect. And I said, these are your ancestors. And they said, oh, yeah, ancestors. And I said, you know where they came from? And they said, no, we don't know. I said, well, according to my studies, my research, they come from Israel. And they said, whoa. But a lot of times it doesn't register. But one lady that she was in, I think, Dunkin' Donuts. She researched this stuff. And she said, yes, I remember hearing about this. And so there's a lot of stories I can tell you about the Taino Indians, the Mexicans, the Aztecs, different things. But the important thing to understand is that we have to understand who we are, and at the same time, Africa and everybody that's scattered through the diaspora have to understand who they are, because everybody has a biblical identity. Just because we don't see Russia and China and Iran and Iraq, South Korea and all these different nations, Germany in our Bible, they still have a biblical identity. And if you follow all the way back, it goes to the sons of Japheth, the sons of Shem, and the sons of Ham. Even the people in India, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, they have a biblical identity as well. And in this movie you'll see right here, we're really talking about the biblical identity of the so-called people today that call themselves Shemites, meaning the Arabs, the white Arabs, and the white Jews. Because, of course, we understand the term anti-Shemite or anti-Semite, but in this movie I had to make sure that we get a clear distinction on who they really are, because they're not the descendants of Shem. And so if you see the first movie, we talked about how blacks are connected to Israel in the Bible and the ethnicity of the sons of Abraham all the way down. In this movie, you'll see the same thing too, but at the same time, we're going to touch on who are the people living in North Africa, the Levante region, and the Middle East. So the movie is 2.5 hours long, and so that we don't be here till midnight, we're going to go ahead and get started. We won't play the whole thing to the end because there's a lot of bloopers and people messing up on interviews and music. And we'll probably need maybe like a couple minutes for some questions, and then people can get ready to go home for those that are coming tomorrow. Now, how many people are coming tomorrow? How many people didn't know there was a tomorrow day where we doing teaching? Because me and B'nai Israel, B'nai, you just stand up. Everybody know B'nai Israel? Hidden Hebrews? Do a great work in the black dude. He's going to be here tomorrow, myself. And we're going to be teaching, bringing out a lot of interesting information. Some stuff that's not in the books that I wrote. Some stuff that's not even in the movies that we did so far. I did so far. So if you can, come out tomorrow. We start at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we probably end around 6 o'clock tomorrow. And how do we get the lights?
All right, y'all, it's about to get started. I'll film afterwards. All praises. Here we go.